Yechi Hamelech HaMashiach. This is the Sefer Darkei Chassidim, just in case you didn't know about it. I recommend it for every single Lubavitcher, non-Lubavitcher, Jew, non-Jew, every single human being. The only problem is, for now, they only made it in Hebrew, so if you don't speak Hebrew, then you'll probably have to pay someone to translate the whole book, which would be a nice thing and would be a gift to humanity, but you have to be a man of means in order to do it. Anyway, it's a very enlightening, very, very uplifting, and very historically rich and valuable resource. Now, I would like to make a distinction between the types of, everything in life is evolution. It evolves, it changes for the better, hopefully, most of the time. Usually, at least lately. There is a concept, a certain drive that's been pushing in Judaism. And now we see that the Rebbe sort of drove in a different direction. Different than what we see in the first books of hasidic philosophy. And now I'm not talking about the actual content. I'm talking about a specific direction that the Rebbe is going in, different than the direction that the Alter Rebbe was going in when he wrote the Tanya. It's not so much different in the fundamentals of Chassidus, but it's a different in a drive in how you function. Now let me explain, because I don't want to keep you guys waiting. The point here is like this. The Alter Rebbe in his Tanya was talking to a generation that was very, very, very proud of their work, very, very, very relying on the material, extremely disconnected from the divine in a realistic way, in a tangible way, in their day-to-day life. That's what it seems like. And the Alter Rebbe's message throughout the Tanya was, whatever you're doing, it's not you doing it, it's God doing it. Understand that, and you'll have success in whatever else you're doing. But the problem with that message is that if you're talking to someone that does believe in God already and does rely on God anyway, so when you tell a person that relies on God, pretty much, you tell him to rely on God even more, what happens is he starts to think that you're trying to tell him not to do anything. And that's where you see a change in attitude in the way the Rebbe spoke to his Hasidim today, and the way the Hasidim learned today the Rebbe's Torah in Tafshanin Vav 2016 and on. The Rebbe was very, very pro the person doing his part. And that's where the Rebbe put his stress, in the Ani L'Doidi. And the Rebbe also stressed that the Ani L'Doidi is what brings the V'doidi Li. Ani L'Doidi is I for my master, and my master for me. Meaning God will, we're in the month of Elul, which is the month before Rosh Hashanah, the Day of Judgment and all that. So Yom Kippur. And so in this month of preparation, of atonement, so we're supposed to do our part, and then the Rebbe says specifically because we do our part in this month, that is what brings about the V'doidi Li, that God will have mercy on us and give us a sweet new year with the ultimate and complete redemption by a righteous King Messiah. So the Rebbe's stress was on the work that we're supposed to put in. Why? Because the Rebbe saw that this is a generation of believers. This is a generation of people with strong faith. Generation of people who try very, very hard to find favor in the eyes of God and mankind. Because the Rebbe knew that, the Rebbe knew our problem is not that we don't have faith in God. We have faith, and a strong, extremely powerful faith, and a trust in God. And we see divine providence, we see miracles and wonders around us. The state of Israel, the Jewish state, the land of the Jewish people, the Bible of the Jewish people, and the Jewish people themselves are taking care of. God does not rest, and He's always taking care of His people and of His children. So we see open miracles. We see how the Arab countries are eating each other alive, and even though they chant death to Israel, but nothing is coming out of everything that they're speaking. Anyone that's speaking against the Jews, it's just going to nothing. So we are seeing miracles. We are seeing God in His full light and fury. What the Rebbe knew this generation needs is to act. We need faith in humanity, trust in the human being. We need to move. We need to move forward. We need to organize our life in a way that we will bring forth fruit to our labor. We need to get involved in this world after we've already established our spiritual status. Now it is time to work the land. Just like the Jews, they left Egypt for 40 years. They learned the Bible in the desert. And then the next step is to go into the land, to work the land. What does that mean? To go out there physically and change the world and make it a better place. Through honest business, through acts of goodness and kindness, through charity, every single day, even a couple cents in a charity box in your house is also good. And consistency in all that is good, right, and righteous. Peace out, and remember, bringing Mashiach is what really counts. The Rebbe wanted us to move forward. We believe in God, and the Rebbe believes in us. Yechi Hamelech HaMashiach.